I'm Thomas LeBlanc.
And I'm Tranna Winter. Welcome to a new episode of Lucky Stars. We are an astro-pop odyssey taking you through the zodiac by roasting the celebs and queer heroes born under each sun sign.
This is Libra season, and I have to say it is a great sign for celebrity roasting. You have to stay tuned. Whatever Leos think, I think Libra is peak celebrity season of the year. So Libra season covers the period between September 23rd and October 22nd. Libra is an air sign, the seventh sign of the zodiac. It's connected to the seventh house. It has to do with relationships, both romantic and business. Of course, it's ruled by Venus. So Libra is really all about aesthetics, beauty, sensuality, and baudet. But it's also apparently a sign that is very, very balanced. What do you think, Tranna?
Well, personally, I can't agree. Although the symbol representing Libra is the balance, I have never met a well-balanced Libra in my life. My mom's a Libra, by the way. As Thomas mentioned, Libra is stacked with major celebrities, but before we get to them, let's take a little look at some of the key Libra traits.
Libras are extroverts. That's why they make good celebrities. They love attention. They're peacemakers.
They're also super social. Libras need to be around people. And it's funny because even though my mom is a Libra, it's a sign that until preparing for this has always been a bit nebulous to me. But when I read that Libras are super social, suddenly my mom made sense. My mom is so obsessed with conversation and being around people and trying to make dinners last 5 hours long.
Because Libras are obsessed with beauty and everything that's aesthetically pleasing. They can be quite vain. You will never see a Libra without makeup ever.
Very true. Also, Libras can be very self-pitying. You know, they're on this sort of constant crusade for justice and balance, but they can also be really self-involved. And when things don't go according to plan or their vision of justice doesn't work out the way that they've expected it to, they can become really self-pitying. They can start to feel like the whole world is against them. Get over it, Libras. It's not all about you. All right, now it's time to get to the juicy part. Let's take a look at the big Libra stars.
The consummate Libra is Kim Kardashian, born October 21st. Yes, Kim is a Libra. She's a textbook Libra. Such a Libra, such a lady justice, that she is still trying to be a lawyer, studying. We're not really sure where she's at with that whole process. Kim is also a cultural mastermind. I believe Kim should be studied in universities. I think she should have a retrospective at the MoMA because she has created the aesthetic of our time. The lip liner, the skims, the curves, I mean, come on. Kim is an absolute visual icon. I think she is the Venus of our time, like the Botticelli Venus. I think today's version would be Kim Kardashian. Of course, Kim's detractors think she is vain, and I think they're not necessarily wrong about this.
Oh my god, I'm gonna cry! I'm gonna hear
Of course, we know Kim for her partnerships with her family.
I said to Scott, I'm not buying her a pair of shoes, I bought her a career.
Her mom being her business manager.
All of you can off and go think of something else to talk about.
But mostly for her marriage to Kanye West, her sex tape with Ray J, all the different boyfriends she had over the years. But today, she is doing work on behalf of prisoners, and I mean, that is huge Libra energy.
I mean, look, I don't throw shade at people I genuinely have no interest in, so I'm gonna keep this really brief. You are giving Kim way too much credit. I hate when people talk about what a good businesswoman Kim is. No, she's not a good businesswoman. The consumer is dumb. Sorry. Well, from one heiress to another, our next celebrity is everyone's favorite Republican, Meghan McCain, born October 23rd. Of course, you all know Meghan from The View. She is also John McCain's daughter, in case you missed the last 1,000 times she tried to remind you of that fact. But let's also talk about the fact that Meghan is a beauty icon. During the quarantine version of The View where everyone is home, Meghan really upped her hair and makeup game. She could look one day like Princess Leia and then the next look like Galadriel from Lord of the Rings. Her beauty references were all over the place and I was living for it. But I think we're all a little bit sick of Meghan. When Wendy Williams announced on her show that Meghan was leaving, Wendy's audience erupted in thunderous applause. Because as fun as Meghan likes to think she is, she loves to talk about how she went to see Britney in Vegas. She loves to talk about her friendship with Clay Aiken. She is not a true ally, sorry. And I don't think anyone could have summed up our feelings about her departure better than the one and only Joy Behar, who on Meghan's last day of the show ended the episode by simply saying, "Okay, bye."
Continue enjoying the view.
Bye.
Next up, we have one of my problematic faves of all time. It's Gwen Stefani, born October 3rd. Look, I know that there is a lot to critique Gwen about.
We're hooked up with the love 'cause we're growing. Girl, I ain't no hollaback girl. Don't know what I'm looking for.
I'm not here to deny any of it, but I still love her. When I was a kid, I was obsessed with No Doubt. To me, at that time, No Doubt was hardcore. I thought Gwen was like Metallica, honestly. That's how pop my tastes were. Gwen came on the scene with Just a Girl, this girl power anthem that was so empowering.
That's all that you let me be.
But in reality, that's not really Gwen. Gwen is this good Catholic girl from Orange County who just wants to be in love. And I have to say that's kind of disappointing. And Libras, I know that you love being in love, but don't get so caught up in love that you lose your edge. A lot of people interpreted Gwen's wedding to Blake as her coming out as a Republican. She's been asked about it and she's always dodging the bullet, trying to keep the peace. Gwen, please, Jesus, tell me you are not a f***ing Republican.
Someone else who is obsessed with love is my girl, Cardi B, born October 11th. Of course, Cardi came to prominence in Love and Hip Hop, the reality series. She has iconic fights on this show. There's actually a montage on YouTube of all the moments Cardi was being a Libra on the show. She loves luxury, she loves drama, she loves love, of course.
What was the reason? What was the reason? What was the reason?
Cardi is also peak Libra because she is a collaborator. She loves collaborating, either it's having people on her tracks or being on other people's tracks. Of course, we know WAP with Megan Thee Stallion.
Beat it up, baby, catch a charge. Extra large and extra hard.
We know Normani's Wild Side.
I could probably suck a watermelon through a straw. Believe me, every other day, new wig, new hair.
And obviously, Lizzo's new song, Rumors.
Teach me about big girl coochie. Last time I got freaky, the FCC sued me.
But really, I forgive Cardi because she's made a few bad choices. The main one being the song with Maroon 5. I can't. Cardi, just drop that collaboration. Do not go to Adam Levine ever again.
Not too long ago, I was dancing for dollars. No, it's really real if I let you be my mama.
Next up, one of my personal heroes, Judge Judith Sheindlin, born October 21st. Judge Judy represents justice, truth, and beauty. She is everything. When I was a kid, I was obsessed with watching Judge Judy, and honestly, she gave me an education. Like, if it weren't for Judge Judy, who knows, I might have co-signed a loan for someone with a mullet. I think that it is essential for people during their formative years to watch at least 20 hours of Judge Judy to make sure you do not fuck up your life. Thank you, Judge Judy, for helping me keep my shit together since I was 12.
This is not an audition for you. Nobody's going to come and put you on America's Got Talent.
Obviously, Judge Judy is so known for being no bullshit. You cannot pee on her leg and tell her it's raining, okay? She will not fall for it. I love how mean and acerbic she is. I wish that I could talk to people in real life the way that Judge Judy speaks to the people in her courtroom. I wish, especially when I'm on the metro and I see someone not wearing a mask, I wish I could channel my inner Judge Judy and just call them an idiot.
You're an idiot!
Okay, I have some breaking news, everyone. Apparently, Libra season is also daddy season. All the hot daddies in Hollywood are Libras. Usher is a Libra. Ryan Reynolds is a Libra. Will Smith, Matt Damon, your favorite Tranna, Dominique West, yes, the guy from The Affair, is a Libra. Hugh Jackman, even Nick Cannon, 7 children with 4 women. I mean, that's ultimate daddy Libra energy.
Another one of my childhood faves, Toni Braxton, born October 7th. You know, we talk a lot about Mariah and Whitney, but Toni Braxton is up there. Can we get a little Toni Braxton appreciation up in here, please? She has given us so many hits, including the very Libra In Search of Justice, He Wasn't Man Enough for Me. Of course, I will always very fondly remember the video for You're Making Me High, where Toni was hanging out with her girlfriends and rating men based on their hotness. I mean, what could be a better Libra activity? I mean, we all know that Toni Braxton has suffered from some financial issues, and take this as a warning, Libras. We know you love beautiful things, but do not let your love of beautiful things allow you to become an overspender. There was this really iconic and sort of tragic moment in 1998 when Toni was on Oprah, and Oprah, who always seems to want to embarrass and shame overspenders, how dare you, Oprah? We are people too. Oprah totally shamed Toni for buying some Gucci flatware. I mean, let Toni have those things.
First of all, I didn't know Gucci made silverware.
Of course, today we've spoken so much about beauty. I think Toni has really managed to get her life together. She is living her best life. She is 53 now and looking better than ever, and in true Libra form is reminding us every day on Instagram just how fucking hot she is.
One of the most famous queers of all time, Oscar Wilde, born October 16th, is a Libra. One of the most popular playwrights of the 1880s.
Your appreciation has been most intelligent.
And then in the 1890s, he's outed as a homosexual man. Charges are pressed on him. There's a trial. It's one of the first celebrity trials of the time. Talk about Libra energy. But that trial was really one of the first time that homosexuality was really discussed in the media, in the press, and it really changed the conversation. Yes, he was found guilty, he went to jail, but ultimately that led to the decriminalization of homosexuality. And by the way, Oscar is not the only controversial gay writer out there. Truman Capote and Michel Foucault, also 2 Libras. Sex, beauty, money, credit cards, nails, everything. It's Libra season. Have so much fun. Thank you for watching this episode of Lucky Stars. It's so much fun to do every month. Please subscribe, rate, comment on YouTube, and we'll be back next month for Scorpio season.
I've been waiting.